You keep waiting for it. That clean, quiet feeling of being absolutely sure before you make your move. Your intellect has built a fortress of hesitation. From the outside, the research and the endless open browser tabs look like wisdom. But inside, you know the truth. This caution is fear wearing a very convincing mask. So let me ask you the only question that matters right now. What if that feeling is never coming? What if the waiting itself is the failure? Demanding a preview from the future is an impossible task. Certainty lives in a place you cannot command, which makes waiting for a guarantee a structural trap that ensures you never leave the starting line. Psychologists call these safety behaviors. Over-researching and list-making create a false sense of progress while avoiding the actual choice. They lower anxiety for 10 minutes. That brief relief turns the behavior into a habit, then a loop, and eventually a locked cage. It's how a brilliant professional ends up counting Thai restaurants in a new city instead of weighing the actual career move. Your mind is simply sprinting towards small, answerable questions, so it can hide from the massive ones it can't answer. At this stage, you aren't gathering information anymore. You are self-medicating with the addictive feeling of almost deciding, because the almost never requires you to risk anything. To your nervous system, an open, unresolved question feels like a literal threat. It demands closure at any cost. This reflex is called inhibitory uncertainty. When faced with the unknown, disciplined people don't always fight or flee. Sometimes they completely lock up. You find yourself choosing the small, certain comfort of not deciding over the uncertain, large reward of the life you actually want. While you wait, time is actively closing your options. The role gets filled, the window narrows. The gears of circumstance keep turning, whether you look at them or not. Every moment of indecision surrenders your agency to the world. You are letting circumstance pick your life for you, even though circumstance does not have your interests at heart. 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus provided the blade to cut this knot. This is the dichotomy of control. On the left, your effort, your judgment, your next single action. On the right, the outcome, the market, the economy. We freeze when we fuse these two domains. We refuse to act on the left until we can guarantee the result on the right, holding our own lives hostage against a ransom the universe will never pay. Voltaire observed that while uncertainty is an uncomfortable position, certainty is an absurd one. True power belongs to the person who unchains their effort from the outcome. Once you accept that the result belongs to fate, you become, for the first time, ungovernable by fear. We have our biology backwards. We believe we need to feel confident before we can move. In reality, action leads. Confidence is the exhaust that follows once the engine is already running. Taking one small action under doubt provides the nervous system with physical proof that not knowing is survivable. Each rep builds the muscle of tolerance. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself at dawn, "Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to live. While you can, become good now." He knew the cost of the endless wait. Every day you wait for certainty, you spend a piece of a finite life to buy a product that will never be delivered. Strength is found only in the willingness to walk while it is still dark. To build this skill, use the 50% mandate. Stop waiting for the fear to drain to zero. Force the decision while you are still 50% afraid. Before you research anything, write down the 2 or 3 questions that would actually change your decision. Find those specific answers and then stop. The moment you see the same advice twice, the information phase is finished. Closing a decision clears the background programs running in your mind. You wake up with your hands empty and your head clear, finally rid of the weight of unfinished business. Take the decision that has been aging the longest. Cut your need to be sure in half and make the smallest physical move right now. Decisiveness protects a finite life from the exhausting weight of 100 open loops. Stop demanding certainty as the price of movement. You already know. Go.